What is up, you guys? It's your favorite tarot reader, and I am back with another read. Okay, and period. I am taking personal readings. You guys can Cashapp me at any sign CapriceCooks. You can also email me or Apple Pay me at CapriceCooks@icloud.com. All right, I work on energy. Energy is fluid, so this could be about you. This could be about the person that you're thinking about, or anybody's thinking about you. Also, time is an illusion, so this could be about the past, or present, or the future, but somehow it's affecting you right now. Okay, so it is 7:20 over there on my stove, and it's 6:17, and for real life, 33 thank you to the master. So yeah, feel free to look up those angel numbers. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be a reading for my Cancers, for whenever you happen to stumble upon this. Because I haven't really been consistent, I'm not really going to put time frames, but yeah, this is going to be a reading for my Cancers. So Spirit guides, this is the master. So family, twin flame family, please be with me at this time, helping me receive a message to deliver to my Cancers. Spirit guides, this is the master. So family, twin flame family, please be here with me at this time, helping me receive a message to deliver to my Cancers. So happy birthday, Cancers. Happy birthday. I feel like this is letting go of fears, you know, like the fear of being patient, letting go of the fear of waiting, you know, understanding patience, understanding what comes into getting something that you want, you know, learning to be disciplined in order to get your happiness. We got envy. This is you could be realizing that there is a lot of envy around you from people that you loved, people that you have been close to, people that you've had spiritual connections with, people, this could be family members, this could be best friends, but this is having the courage to kind of like stand up for yourself and realize when you're painting the wrong picture of somebody, realize when you're trying to make them be something that they're not, you know. And you could be doing that in a selfish way because maybe you want the relationship with this person, especially if it's a significant other. But it feels to me like kind of being disciplined in what you know you need outside of what you want, right? Thank you, and masters. I've been seeing the number 6 a lot. That's all about balance. I just heard peace, serenity. I hope you know, I hope you know that this has nothing to do with you. So it feels kind of like this don't got nothing to do with you. Like, I just gotta cut you off. Like, I'm not really vibing with your energy. I don't really feel like you are bringing anything to my life or to the relationship. Like, I feel like it feels like nobody is really vibing with what you're giving them, or nobody is really giving you back what you feel like you're giving them. So it's kind of like this don't got nothing to do with you. I'm on a whole spiritual journey. I'm on some whole other stuff. Like, I'm not worried about what you're talking about. I'm trying to go to where I'm trying to go, you know. All right, Cancers. So we got failure right off the bat. So this is coming into realizing that whatever tests you're going through, whatever failures you feel like are happening right now, whatever stressful time, whatever like loop you're being thrown for, it kind of looks like flashing lights. Like, I'm hearing flashing lights. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So this feels like learning your lessons. This feels like no longer repeating cycles, like having to do something one last time, having to smoke that blunt one last time, having to fuck the bitch one last time, having to, I don't know, having to do something one last time before you realize, like, damn, like, all right, I'm really done. You know, like, I've really decided, okay, I can be done with that. It's kind of like having to regress, having to kind of like, I'm sorry, it was a fly, having to go back to where you once were, to realize that you don't want to be there anymore, to realize that that failure, you know, made you greater. This is also coming into acceptance that you aren't a failure. You know, when you're ending these relationships and these friendships with these family members and with these significant others and friends, and if you're quitting jobs and stuff like that, like you're leaving things behind, it feels like not feeling like a failure, not going over and over and over in your mind about what you did wrong or how it could have been better or what you did. You know, it feels kind of like, damn, like I allowed somebody to get over on me. Like, damn, I allowed somebody to hurt me again. I'm so spiritual, or I'm so enlightened, or I'm so changed. Like, how did I not see them getting over on me? How did I not see them fucking me over, or using me, or being envious of me, or whatever? You know, and I feel like it's a lot of blaming of self right now. It's a lot of feeling like a failure, feeling like maybe you aren't doing what you're supposed to be doing, or feeling like things are going wrong, or feeling like things are failing. But it seems to me like it's the exact opposite. Like, it's like, okay, yeah, I allowed you to get over on me, but I'm not the failure. You are, because now you lost out on having me in your life. So if somebody is mistreating you and you're decided, hey, I don't want to talk to this person anymore, 33 things to the masters, it's not you failing to keep the relationship going. It's them failing to maintain the relationship, period. Because at the end of the day, you if you feel like, you know, there are things that you're not doing right in a friendship, somebody else is gonna feel that way too. You know, and it feels kind of like if you tried your best, like, and the relationship just doesn't mesh, you and this person, you dated somebody and they not understanding, or you and your grandparents, or you and your mother have a certain tradition or a religion or something, and you constantly trying to get them to understand your lifestyle, sometimes that shit just don't work. And you didn't fail because you couldn't get somebody to understand how you needed to be loved or how you needed to be respected. You didn't fail. You used it as an opportunity to learn for the next person, for the next friendship, you know, for the next relationship, for the next soul partnership, for the next business partner, you know, whatever. Also, with this red and green, it's kind of like red light, green light. Like, it's kind of like red, passion. I'm hearing the number 5. Green, the heart chakra. I'm hearing the number 3. I also heard the number 6. But to me, it's kind of like heart over head, or head over heart, whatever the saying is. But it's kind of like deciding which one is more important. Or do they both just coexist? I have to be logical about this, but I also have to use my heart, and I have to use my mind to have discernment, because sometimes my heart just loves. And I can't just be in my head, because then I'm not giving love. So it's kind of like understanding that there's a balance, there's a cycle, there's a continuance of energy flowing through you, you know? And if your energy does not mesh well with the people you're around, that does not make you a failure. Even if it's not people, it's ideas. You keep having all these ideas and your energy isn't meshing well with these ideas, even though they're great ideas. This could be work. You just not meshing well with people. This could be school. You're not good in groups. You don't want to do group work. None of that makes you a failure. All of that kind of makes you aware of self. Being able to take accountability for self, for the things that maybe go wrong. It feels to me kind of like giving a lot and not really getting much back. And it's like, damn, I feel like a failure because I should have learned my lessons about this kind of stuff already. You know, this should have been something that I've learned from, because I've already been hurt so many times. I should learn how to use my discernment with giving so much of myself away that makes me feel like a failure, right? So this is turning that failure upside down and being like, damn, okay, maybe my life just got shifted a little bit. Doesn't mean I failed. It just means it's different. It just means it's different. This is having gratitude for those failures, having gratitude for the things that you have to grieve, you know. I feel like having gratitude for the things that you don't need anymore. Like, damn, I'm thankful that I don't even need that anymore. You know, if you have an addiction, let's say, and you've been struggling to get over it for years, maybe with the quarantine or something like that, you're put in a predicament where you don't have access to it, or you can't get it, you know, or you're put in a position where maybe, I don't know, let's say it's alcohol and you don't got no store around you. You don't got no car no more. God took your car away. You can't get to the alcohol. You just can't drink no more. You're not able to get that. They don't got it at your local grocery store. I don't know. Whatever you're addicted to. Let's say you're addicted to going to the gym. Getting on the machines. Okay. God wants you to be out in nature, so guess what? The gyms is closed. Go run. It's kind of like having gratitude for the things that God is taking and removing out of your life. The things that you are grieving. The things that you are grieving. You know? The abuses, the trauma. All the stuff that you're getting rid of, that you're filtering out. So there could be a lot of peeing. I don't know why I just thought about that, but it could be a lot of peeing. I heard something about the kidneys, like filtration system, like kind of getting things out of your system, feeding yourself, nurturing yourself, kind of giving yourself that nourishment, giving yourself that water. Get your water in your guys. That's what I just heard. So it feels kind of like getting that extra bit of nourishment. Even it's like a little water drop, you know, getting that extra bit of rain. It's been thundering and storming so much. It's kind of like God clearing things away, the things that have passed away, the whether it be leaves, people, animals, whatever, old versions of ourselves, you know, hair that people have cut off, flowers, whatever, everything dies. So I guess like anything that you're grieving, anything that you're getting rid of, it could be a car, it could be clothes, it could be shoes, it could be you donating, it could be you downsizing, it could be you upsizing, moving to a new house, and then you grieving your old house because you made memories there. This is accepting and being appreciative of grief. Realizing, hey, if somebody passed away, this person is going to a better place. This person. As soon as I said that, tell me why I looked over and saw this. It says better homes and gardens. So to me, that's kind of like a sign, like this person is going to better homes. This rosemary and spearmint. It makes me cough, but it is relaxing. That's why I spread it over there. But it's very much kind of like refreshing. So it's kind of like a breath of fresh air, kind of, to get rid of it, to let go of it. It feels kind of like coming up like after drowning, feeling like drowning in your responsibilities and being weighed down by the things that you have to do. It literally feels like I've been seeing 1 2 3 4 on the clock, like coming into alignment a lot, damn near twice a day, every day. But yeah, just coming into the fact that whatever you can imagine, you can grow. You can bring it into fruition. You can bring that seed of creation, that seed, into fruition. But in order to give birth to anything, there has to be death. Even if you're finna give birth to a baby, there's a death being put to the woman that you were. You're now a mom. You're a whole new person, right? Your service, the service that you give, whatever it is that you give, even if it's just your energy, it brings abundance to the world, to people. All your failures bring abundance, brings in a testimony, brings in intuition, brings in discernment. Spirit guides, ascended master, soul family, twin flame family, please be here with me at this time, helping me receive a message to deliver to my cancers. Setting your standards higher. I don't think that's what I was trying to say, but that's what I figured out. 7:33. Thank you, Ascended Masters. Hey, Grandma. This is tapping into those ancestors, allowing them to be your great teacher. Watching feathers fall, paying attention to the signs, paying attention to how different spirit guides communicate to you. So let's say you see birds all the time, and every time you look at your phone, it say 420. Associate 420 with the bird, and then maybe once you see 6 one time, if you're talking about somebody that you love, that maybe that passed on or something, even if they haven't, when you look at that and you see that 6 and you think back like, oh, 420, that equals 6, and I'm talking about this person and I'm seeing a 6. So then triangulate all of them and kind of put them together and find who your teachers are. Find out who your ancestors are. Like, pay attention to the signs, because it feels like new ancestors are trying to help you and guide you, because it feels like as you come into a new period of your life after all of this grief, you also need new teachers. You also need new guides, new friends. I feel like you're I said marketing, what am I trying to say? Networking. I feel like you're networking. I feel like you're meeting people. I feel like you're getting to know people. I feel like you are also ministering to people. I feel like you're also teaching people. You are a teacher. I also feel like you're teaching people how to treat you and how to love you and how to respect you, because you have realized that love is not enough. 33, thank you, Ascended Masters, and I'm going to film a smoke session about that topic, love is not enough. So if you guys would like to see that, definitely head over to my smoke session videos. I have a playlist in the description box below. But yeah, and then kind of look at all these symbols and stuff behind this bird. It's kind of like the stuff that's not paid attention to. It's kind of like the circle of life. I'm also hearing like pendulums, Star of David, like stuff being hidden in religion, stuff being hidden in plain sight. It also feels like kind of like just being aware and kind of looking at maybe the hidden things or the things that aren't put in the forefront, the things that God wants us to dig for. It feels kind of like also being your own teacher, being your own mentor, and diving into self, no longer distracting yourself. And maybe you feel like a failure because you like are coming into realizations that you like, damn, how didn't I see that a month ago? How didn't I see that a couple weeks ago? How didn't I see that yesterday? Right? So you feeling like a failure because you like, damn, I'm my teacher, how am I not learning? So maybe you feel like you've strayed away from teaching yourself, from learning. But this feels like needing to learn how to stimulate your mind, like needing to learn that there are different ways. You don't always have to be doing the same thing. So if maybe something that you used to do was meditate all the time, but you haven't been in the mood to meditate, it doesn't mean that you're a failure, that you're not being spiritual. It means that maybe you're meditating in your sleep. Maybe you're meditating in a different way. Maybe you're just zoning out and meditating without realizing it. Maybe you're meditating when you're cleaning up. Maybe you've reached a new level of meditation. Maybe you don't need that tool anymore. You know, so this is kind of like being kind to yourself and using your imagination and kind of embracing everything that happens. So everything that may seem negative or bad or anything like that, use your imagination to ask God, how is this for my betterment? How is this for the improvement of me, of my soul, right? This is also tapping into, and I don't know if y'all watch her. Her name is Pretty Boy XO. She does videos about like stripper vlogs and how to manifest stuff, and lifestyle videos and entrepreneur vlogs and stuff like this. And she was talking about scripting for 30 days. So this to me is kind of like, if you can imagine it, if you can fathom it, you can make it happen. Right? These are things that you can make happen. These are things that you can bring into fruition. These are not mindless goals. These are not just frivolous goals. These are things that God has put on your heart. These are desires that God put there for you. Because you got desires, it's like, I should have moved you somewhere where no one can find you. It's kind of like, damn, I knew you had hurt and pain. Like, I knew you had that, but I didn't know how to be there for you. I didn't know how to help you. And it's kind of like you telling yourself that. You telling your inner child that, like, damn, I knew that you needed help, but I didn't know how to help you. For some reason, I just picked up on kids. If you have kids, I feel like you're looking at your kid like yourself, like, damn, I'm putting you through the same stuff that I went through. Like, if maybe you had a neglectful parent, maybe you're neglecting your child, or maybe you feel like you are. This is also realizing you are not a failure if you are neglecting your child, if you feel like you are, if you haven't been around, or maybe let's say you work 2 jobs and you like they with their daddy all the time, you know, or something like that. Or let's say you got your kids taken away from you and you don't have your kids right now, you know, but you're working hard to get them back and you trying on a daily basis. You know, maybe you just had to move out of state or move out of town to have a job, and the kid's daddy or something, or a sibling or a family member could take better care of them for the moment. It doesn't matter. It feels like whatever you're doing as a parent, even if you don't have your kid, you're preparing to be a better parent. You can only be a good parent when you're the best version of you, right? So a healthy parent will raise a healthy child. So this is time for you to kind of like be your own teacher and realize, okay, I'm raising a child with the imagination. Let me not take that away from them. Let me give that to them. Let me grow their imagination. Let me be their greatest teacher through my experiences, through my failures, through the failures of my mothers and grandmothers' mothers, you know? Let me use my family's failures as my greatest teacher. This is realizing that you have curses to break. Realizing you are setting your family free. Not free like they're never going to go through things. However, you're creating new cycles. Your children are creating new cycles. Your children are prophets. They're pure because you're allowing them to be. And then my phone just rang. Tell me that's not confirmation. It's 6:37. Anyway. But yeah, I'm also paying attention just to his long hair. It's kind of like hair growth, taking care of yourself. This could also be maybe dyeing your hair blonde or doing something different with your hair. It looks like streaks, so maybe somebody could be getting blonde streaks or something like that, highlights. Maybe thinking about getting like some faux dreads, like some bohemian type dreads, or like, I don't know, some passion twists or something. But yeah, it also kind of feels like being set free. Like maybe God is like taking all the responsibilities off you. It's kind of like, okay, I'm so responsible for my friends feeling good. Let me take these friends away. I'm so responsible for my significant other feeling good. Let me take your significant other away. I'm so responsible for this job. Shit, now you fired. And it's kind of like God is taking stressors out of your life in order to teach you that you could handle it. You can handle it. Even if it takes handling it one by one, you can handle it. And I feel like God is trying to teach you right now. You're in the process of learning right now. And even though we're forever learning, I feel like this is a different type of process. This is an ascension. Track down your fears and desires. This is the second time I said desires today. I said desires and then it pops up on the card. So this is God wanting you to have alone time, to tap into that imagination, to tap into where you went wrong, your fears and your desires. Because that's all your fears are, the things that you desire, right? Let's say you have a fear of trust issues, somebody cheating on you. The desire is you desire a meaningful, loving relationship, a faithful, committed relationship. The fear comes from you being scared of maybe potentially not having that. So this is tracking down both of them because they coexist. You know, this is understanding. Two, thank you, Ascended Masters, for stability. This is becoming stable within your fears and desires. No longer being like, oh, I don't have fears. Because if you don't have fears, you don't have desires. Like I said, they coexist. Right? We got the Mirror Guardian and the Magic Guardian taking a look at yourself. Deciding like, look, I can look at myself in the mirror. I can face myself. Even though I look different because I've let go of a lot of things, I can still face myself. I look different. I can embrace this change. I can embrace my new body. You know? Maybe some of you recently had a baby. Your body look different. You know, maybe recently some of you are newly pregnant. You know, maybe this is you just gaining weight during quarantine. Baby, it's happening. Okay? Maybe this is you being stressed and depressed and maybe you losing weight. This is bodily changes. Maybe you're stressed out and your face is breaking out. Maybe your hair falling out, you getting a bald spot or something. This is taking a look at yourself in the mirror and being like, damn, I can grieve the old version of myself. I don't have to look at myself and be like, damn, I was bad. So if some of you are older, maybe in your 30s, 40s, 50s, you're looking at yourself and being like, damn, I don't look how I used to look. I feel like it's okay to grieve how you used to look because you are not that person anymore. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like, your beauty shines through regardless. Regardless. It's not in the age, you know? I feel like some are struggling with looking at themselves in the mirror at what they feel like they look like right now. It's like, damn, I feel like I look like exactly what I'm going through, and that's a problem for me. So I feel like you looking at yourself in the mirror is kind of your, this fly. It's kind of your chance to be like, damn, I can call out my flaws without being offended. I can allow somebody else to call out my flaws. This is realizing in friendships and in partnerships and even relationships with your mother. That your mother yelling at you and telling you about yourself isn't something to be offended by. It's something that she notices about you. You know? This is hunting down. Well, why you feel that way? Tell me. Getting down to the nitty gritty. Why you are the way you are. Why certain habits formed. My daughter yesterday watched me be stressed out and sit here and twirl my hair like I do, and she started pulling out her hair because she saw me doing it. And I'm like, girl, is this how kids form habits? Like, is this what happens? I don't want her to have that habit of sitting here tugging on her hair, because I don't like that I do that. But I do it out of comfort. I do it because it feels good. It gives my hands something to do. It gives me, I'm touching my antennas. I'm getting information. I'm figuring something out. I'm pondering something. And I feel like we don't understand. But again, we're all teachers. We're all each other's teachers. So this is being aware of what you bring to the table and what other people see. Caring enough to hunt down, hey, what do you see in me? How do you see me? How do you perceive me? How am I? You know, caring enough to see the reflection of you in other people, and then healing yourself. You know, unlocking that magic within yourself, being like, damn, I really am magical. This is going back on your lifeline, on your timeline, and being like, damn, I really have continuously made shit happen. I have continuously manifested shit. I have continuously unlocked power that has been always here within me. This is realizing that. This is realizing, hey, I can grieve the pity party shit, the feeling like I'm not good enough, feeling like I'm not strong enough. I can grieve that. I can realize that, hey, growth is here, baby. Growth is here. I have arrived type energy, and it feels good. It feels good. Whew. Okay. I'm a cycle. The spirit makes no mistakes. Okay, empowerment. Realizing that it's time to empower yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, all of it. It's time to paint a different picture. It's time to splatter some shit around, switch some shit up. Stop doing the same stuff over and over again. You know, join forces with people. Stop telling yourself that you've just failed at life. Like, I feel like your life just getting started with the 12 here. Y'all know that's my grandma. 3, thank you, Ascended Masters. Surrendering to your empowerment. Surrendering to God putting you through so much right now. This is your empowerment right here. Realizing, damn, I'm getting through this every single day. You know, we tend to not look at it like that until we already over the hump. But no, baby, you getting over this. Surrender to your empowerment. Surrender to your strength. Have gratitude for this journey that God is putting you on, and surrender to it. You know, have a different outlook. Change your outlook. Put on a motherfucking salsa dress. Stop being so reserved. Stop being so in your own energy and put yourself out there. You are great. You are loved. You are of light. You are to be loved. You have a voice. You have magic within you, and you are growing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, Cancer. Again, I am taking personal readings. You guys can cash out me at money sign CapriceCooks. You can also email me or Apple Pay me at CapriceCooks@iCloud.com. This is a tea by me. I am selling t-shirts, so if you guys would like to purchase them, head over to my Instagram at CapriceCooks. All right, y'all. I'm out of here.